Hey, what's going on, guys? We're running come back with another video. Today we're gonna be looking at my week 7 predictions and how I did in week 6. Week 6, I went 11-4. Let's see how I did. Let's see which games I got right, which games I got wrong. First game I got wrong, Atlanta versus Washington. I thought Atlanta was gonna win. Washington had been playing very well. I really thought that they would, squeak out a win. Chicago versus Minnesota. With the way Minnesota lost, Justin Jefferson, I felt like at least Chicago did have a wide receiver one compared to Minnesota not really having their wide receiver one. San Francisco versus Cleveland. I really thought San Francisco was going to win. I knew it was going to be close, but I knew the defense was going to be tough. Another game, Jets versus Eagles. I didn't think that the Jets were going to win. It just didn't seem like they were going to be able to defeat the Eagles defense, but the Jets defense just absolutely obliterated it. Obliterated Jalen Hurts, causing them to take the win. Big close game for the Giants Bills. Could have been pass interference. Okay, for my week 7 predictions, I got Jacksonville versus New Orleans. I got Jacksonville winning. I feel like Jacksonville's a better overall team and they play a lot better than New Orleans. New Orleans, they're not playing as well as they could be. Detroit versus Baltimore. I have Detroit winning. Detroit's arguably considered one of the best teams in the league right now. Baltimore is great, but I don't know if their offense is as good as the Detroit's offense. Like they're very, very similar, but I feel like just overall as a team, Detroit's a better team. Defense definitely can slow down Lamar Jackson and his gameplay. Las Vegas versus Chicago. I have Las Vegas winning. I feel like they haven't been playing the best, but they coming off of a win. Lots of positive vibes coming in. I feel like they could easily take the win over Chicago. Chicago hasn't been playing that well. So yeah, Cleveland versus Indianapolis. I got Cleveland winning, especially with Anthony Richardson being out. Gardner Minshew hasn't been looking the best recently, so that could be coming into consideration. Washington versus Giants. I mean, all really depending on who's starting. This is going to be an extremely close game, like they've been the past couple of years. But I had the Giants winning because of what they did against Buffalo last week. Tyrod Taylor at quarterback. Yes, Evan Neal is questionable. Andrew Thomas. A lot of their guys are going to be. But if the Giants defense can do what they did against Buffalo to this Washington offensive front, they're going to have no problem at taking down Sam Howell. Washington has one of the worst offensive lines, and I feel like the Giants played that well against Buffalo. But, it easily could go to Washington. I'm not even trying to be biased. If Giants didn't play well against Buffalo last week, I would have chose Washington 100% over them. Let's take a look at Tampa Bay versus Atlanta. I think with Atlanta's loss last week, it definitely made me put Tampa Bay over them, even though Tampa Bay lost a lot worse last week. They did play one of the better teams in the league in Detroit, so that could be a thing. And I just feel like it's definitely going to be a very close game. It's going to be definitely a tough game for both teams. Pittsburgh versus the Rams. I feel like this could be a very tight game. This is definitely a defensive. This is definitely going to be focused on which offense can actually play better against the opponent's defense, because they have two of the arguably best rushers in NFL history. Randall's not an edge rusher, but he rushes the quarterback. He's able to make big plays. And you got TJ Watt, but you also have Cameron Hayward. Both teams are very good defensively, but it's which team's defense can make better plays, or which offense can take advantage of a defense. Arizona versus Seattle. I got to take Seattle. Seattle's been a solid team. Arizona's not seen as that team. They've been playing okay recently. They haven't been amazing. They haven't been, but they lost the Rams, and the Rams aren't as good as they used to be. But yeah, Green Bay versus Denver. I feel like just on Denver being absolute garbage. It's got to go to Green Bay. Green Bay is just an average team. There you got an average quarterback, average wide receivers, just average defense. Everything's average about the Green Bay Packers right now. There's nothing super extraordinary about this team. Chargers versus Chiefs. With if Mecole Hardman is playing, this will definitely be a game in which the Chiefs can win, because the Chiefs just are a better overall team on the offensive side with Mahomes. I feel like Mahomes is better, Kelsey's better. Um, I feel like if they're able to play up to how they should be, this team could be arguably one of the best teams in the league. And with Cole Harvin coming back, definitely will help out this team a lot. Miami versus Philadelphia. I feel like if Miami's able to play their crazy offensive passing style and able to get the ball out, there's just no way that they could stop it. Their defense will not help them out a lot, which will be one of the biggest things is that Miami's defense might not be able to stop the Eagles defense. I believe that this might be one of the highest scoring games of the season with the fact that both teams are huge offensive juggernauts, but I feel like yeah, Eagles have a great defense, but Miami's offense is just so impactful. Like they're not unbeatable. I know they're not unbeatable, but if you take into consideration like you, they got a lot of fast guys from the interior, so like it's hard to run off them. I just feel like Miami's just gonna win this. I don't know. I got a gut feeling. San Francisco versus Minnesota. The way Minnesota's been playing with the way everything, I don't see San Francisco losing this game. The only possible way is if San Francisco has some big injuries and a bunch of other stuff happen. Other than that, I really do see San Francisco obliterating Minnesota. But guys, remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Peace.